This programme is brought to you by the British Heart Foundation.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Centenary Shield 2018. It's England versus Scotland, and we're here at Bootham Crescent in York. That's the current scene here at Bootham Crescent. Lovely evening, it must be said. Very pleasant conditions for an evening's football. Centenary Shield action once again here on Free Sports. This time it's England versus Scotland. You just see the scene down below us. Some of the young kids getting warmed up as we survey the scene here at Bootham Crescent. This is the league table as it stands. Republic of Ireland have made a good start. They looked excellent last week here on Free Sports against England down at Kenilworth Road. We'll see highlights of that very, very shortly. They claimed a draw in that game, 0-0. However, they were by far the better side. Northern Ireland currently sit in second with 2 draws. England have only played 1 game against the Republic of Ireland and they drew that 0-0. And as you can see, Scotland did exactly the same in their game. Wales are bottom of the table. They're the only side to have lost a game in this competition so far. It's been tight, it's been tense, but the games have been very entertaining. Let's take a look at Republic of Ireland versus England last week. That was live on Free Sports. Who's over the free kick with the right foot? Darryl Walsh is the left-footed option, the centre-back. Tis Manning, it's a great effort, oh it's a fine save you know. Really, really good save from Callum Coulter in goal for England. The first time he's been called into action and he had to make a stunning stop.
A very good strike from Rowan Manning. He's hit it very well over the wall, and I think the goalkeeper's in 2 minds. Is it going to go wide, is it going to go in? Let's not take any chances, and he made sure that it was behind for a corner.
Ellens, and now Conway can get on his way down the left-hand side, but cut out in towards the header. Oh, a good chance as well. There's a skipper in there. It's Cormac Pike with the opportunity.
Yeah, he was unlucky. He got the header on target. I don't think he could have done a lot more. Really good challenge to win the ball back by Fraser Collin. It looked like the Irish were on for a counter-attack. Really good challenge.
Forward to Regba. He can just squeeze his way past McCallum. He's done that really well. Lovely ball into the feet of Walker, who just couldn't quite make the opening count.
He's got to do better there at this standard. If he kills that first time, he's in with a free strike on goal.
Fires it into the path of Jackson, room to turn. And room to run. And Jackson's going to do exactly that. Squeezes it through to Butler. Jackson's continued his run, couldn't quite get into his stride, or could he? Good save from McNicholas, and Smurden with a shot. Pulls it wide. England's best opening.
Excellent play. Smurden should have done better with the follow-up shot. That's really good running from Jackson, linked up well there with Butler. That's what I'm on about. The link up with Butler is important to England, and that time they had the bodies forward and they were able to operate with the support into the front man. Look at that, takes the return. That's what he's looking for, a bit of support. He's really unlucky there, Jackson.
England will be pleased with that. Ben Lavelle will be glad to see them creating chances. That's one thing there, good play, hasn't really done, but now a chance for Rogan Rinde, and once again his touch just deserted him. Skipper, who's pulled rank, Cormac Pike. He drills it at goal, sort of breaks through the wall, might break for Harvey Howell. Eventually Ireland will look to get this away. Walker clear down the left, and a good run here. Once again, Ali Regba, he's got options in the middle as well. Can he get his head up and see them? Regba goes all the way to the byline, lovely ball across. Real opportunity there for Cian Lee, and what a chance that is from Smurden. And in the end, it goes out for a corner, smashed over the bar off the deflection of Vaughan Rinde. but what a bit of defending just when it looked like it had opened up for the Republic of Ireland to take the lead.
Yeah, I like Regba, and this is the best chance of the game for me. He's pulled it back there. Excellent wing play by Regba down the left-hand side, and Ireland really should have taken the lead there. This is really good play. Gets into the box, and that's where he can't be touched. And he's strong and he's quick. He gets a really good ball across. Really, Cian Murphy has to get a touch there. Hernandez come on, Negluia. He's known as lightning, so he must be quick.
And that's Regba! Good opportunity. He has looked dangerous when coming in on his left foot in this second half in particular. Very right-footed, but has got the ability to do this. Terrific run. And the shot was a really good one, and the goalkeeper's beaten there. Might have even just flicked off the outside of the post on the way through.
It did brush the post on the way through. Great skill again.
Sent forward by Walsh. Oh, over McCallum, and a chance here for Ali Regba to open the scoring. Terrific save by Callum Coulter. Best opening in the match. Here we see the replay of that opportunity, and what a good one it was for Ali Regba. Broke clear. And it is very good goalkeeping by Callum Coulter. Number 11, just showing for the ball there. There he is, substitute. Ali Regba. It's a lovely ball, and in there is Lee, and pulled back for the substitute. Whelan still might be there for Ireland. Second bite the cherry, shot comes in, terrific defending. Regba still in there, keeps it alive, and eventually England scramble it away.
England living dangerously. That man Regba again, the instigator. Wonderful ball.
Terrific chance for Ireland. Another chance goes by the wayside though.
Really will be kicking themselves.
Doyle on the ball again. Pike chooses a safe option. Back to Callum Coulter it goes, and that will do us. Darren Handley calls time on a really good match of Centenary Shield football. 0-0 the final score. Doesn't even begin to tell the story of what was a very open and very action-packed game. Well, as you can see, the action from last week, despite being goalless, was action-packed. The teams are out here at Bootham Crescent. When we return, the full match is live. Join us then on Free Sports. Welcome back to Bootham Crescent. That is the England side set to take on that Scotland team tonight in the Centenary Shield. We've seen some wonderful action already on Free Sports in this competition, and here is the England team. Couple of changes from last week's draw with the Republic of Ireland. Callum Coulter remains the keeper though. The young man on the books of Crystal Palace is a formidable goalkeeper. Adam Crowther and Cormac Pike are still the centre-back duo. Kieran Jackson is still supported by Harvey Howe. King Baidu makes a start though. He's the main alteration, along with Alex Doyle in the midfield from last week's draw. For Scotland, head coach Craig Johnston has picked a pretty straightforward team. The numbers are as you'd expect. Elliot Anderson starts in goal. Gavin Scott will lead the line, looking to get Scotland's first goal of the competition. He'll be ably supported from the wide with Sam Walker and Daniel Mackay operating on the wings. It's a midfield three looking to dominate the ball. Jack McDowell is a player to look out for. He's on the books of Celtic. Those are the options from the bench, should either manager feel to make a change. King Baidu over the kickoff for England. Referee in charge of the action tonight is Seb Stockbridge. He blows his whistle and England get us underway. Straight out of play there for a Scotland throw to be taken by Aidan McKeown. Scotland, needless to say, in the blue shirts, England in the whites. One of the oldest games in the game. And that's a pretty short back pass. Goalkeeper should be okay with that, though. Callum Coulter clears under pressure from Daniel Mackay. It's boomed out of the stadium. Was an offside flag given. As you can see, decent crowd in at Bootham Crescent tonight. That main stands, the York Pullman family stands, pretty much full, which is lovely to see. Goal kick will be taken, a free kick rather, will be taken by Elliot Anderson. Sent long at the field, hooked clear by England. Good strength in there from Jack Hodge. Good ball down the lane, down the wing will test England here. Sam Walker swings an early cross, it's over the crossbar though. Didn't quite wrap his foot around it as much as he would have liked. There is Sam Walker. Good early run from him. Noah Smurden is the player at left back for England. Sent long by England. Free kick to England. Taken by Cormac Pike. Sent forward. Just a lovely ball, you know. Ogunrinde nearly got in round the back. Terrific ball that by Cormac Pike. Beautiful pick out. Thrown sent in by England. Not really cleared at the first instance. Harvey Howell was sniffing around. Scotland stab it away. Thrown taken by Ethan Brooks. Baidu. Back to Brooks, tries to force it into Ogunrinde. And Scotland clear their lines. It will be a first corner of the game for England. As I mentioned, very decent crowd in here at Bootham Crescent. England take the corner kick short. Cormac Pike floats it in. Referee not happy with something or other. I think it is going to be retaken. So Kieran Jackson, who will take the corner. Jackson swings in. Really good ball, actually. Important header by McDowell, and Crowther couldn't quite get anything on it. Good to see Crowther back out on the field tonight. Took a big whack in the face from Sam McCallum towards the end of last week's game against the Republic of Ireland. He's healed up, and he's back out at centre-back tonight. Good win in there by McCallum. Boomed away by Elliot Anderson. Not the most confident kick you're ever going to see. That's a good turn in there from Jackson. Free kick goes England's way. See, they're just bundled to the deck by Declan Walsh, who's sitting at the base of the Scottish midfield. Ethan Brooks over the free kick. Plenty forward. Only one player left up the pitch from Scotland. Everyone else back defending it in some regards. Sent in by Ethan Brooks. One in the air again by Crowther. Got a lot on that header, but too much. So as I mentioned, a couple of changes in the England side from the team that drew against the Republic of Ireland. It's interesting, Sam McCallum has dropped into the centre of midfield. Played at left back last week. Noah Smurden, who played in central midfield, is actually at left back this time round. Slightly loose touch in the midfield from Scotland, but eventually it's figured out by Jack Hodge. Sent forward by Anderson. Smurden. That is once in the books of West Bromwich Albion. Loses out. And here comes Scotland with Walker. Good tracking by McCallum. It's a terrific tackle. Jackson on the run. And he's in behind the defender here. Lovely run from Kieran Jackson. Beautifully picked out. And good defending. Really good recovery for Nathan Brown. Great football all round there. How about this for a challenge from Sam McCallum? This is England versus Scotland. Make no mistake about it. Going to be taken by Kieran Jackson. Sent in, another good delivery, was it? No. Headed away by the man at the front post. Pace on it, but no one really attacking the near post for England. Comfortably dealt with by Scotland. McCallum will take the throw. Pretty much taking a seat in the stands to wind up his run up here. Sent in long. Rinde looking to make something of it, looking to link up with Baidu. Baidu spreads the play nicely. Here's the skipper, Cormac Pike. Well charged down. And Gavin Scott making himself busy. Snowden's throw. Crowther bringing it under. Coulter is comfortable on the ball. Crowther wasn't quite looking for that, I don't think. Coulter almost caught him out. England persisting, trying to play this one out. Pike, though, forced to play it long. Howell caught underneath it. And maybe a chance to run there if he was a little bit more aware of the shape of the ball. Brooks sends the header back, but all the way through to the goalkeeper. Sent forward by Anderson. McCallum. Smurden on the run. We'll keep that in. Does really well, Noah Smurden. Dances past two. Chance to cross. Header away. It's only really half clear. Jack Hodge didn't completely do it either. And England remain on the attack here with Rinde. Declan Walsh with the challenge. And Scotland rather smuggle it clear. Terrific tackle by Crowther. Gets a cheer from the crowd for his efforts as well, but Scotland back on the ball. A pretty frenetic start this. And that's free kick England's way. Kieran Jackson is a nuisance up front. There's our referee, Seb Stockbridge. Pike looking to play the ball early, sent away. Centenary Shield is a wonderful chance to really showcase some of the young talent up and down the UK. Speaking to the Scottish manager, Craig Johnston, just ahead of kick-off, and he really wanted to enunciate just how much these Scottish players are really looking forward to it. A lot of them are on the books of championship clubs in Scotland, a few are in the Premier League. Player there, Jack McDowell, sending it forward, actually on the books of Celtic. Good tackling there. And good challenge by Alex Doyle. First time we've really seen much of him. Sitting deep in the England engine room. Well away. It's nice from Scotland. Aidan McKeown. Smurden heads it. McCallum will run into it. No way through, is there? Or is there? Not quite. There's the skipper, Nathan Brown. Good header by Pike. Smurden should keep this in. He's done well. We'll get the free kick for his efforts then, Smurden, I think. Did get a couple of clips on his way through. He's enjoyed himself so far, Noah Smurden. Pike takes the free kick quickly. Crowther looks to get either McCallum or Howell on the run, but again, Scotland deal with that well. Pike's header, brought down by Doyle. It's a lovely touch by King Baidu, and now Ogunrinde. Sent backwards, and Scotland should be able to clear that pretty straightforward. But that's a terrific crunching tackle. Kieran Jackson now up with Harvey Howell. And let's keep it alive with Doyle. Lovely. Baidu couldn't quite squeeze the cross in. This has been a better England than we saw for pretty much the entirety of the game last week. Smurden on the run, but he's lost it out. Now Scotland can look to break, but cut out by Doyle. It's clever from Jackson. And it's all that Scotland can do, really, just to get it away. England with plenty of impetus in the early going hit. Sends in, header is by Brown. It's nice from Hodge. Short though from McKeown. Eventually Scotland tidy it up. McKeown forward. It's a good ball actually. Offside though. Against Gavin Scott. It's a nice idea by Aidan McKeown. Pike. Smurden switches across. Brooks caught, and pressure from Daniel Mackay forces him out. Baidu, lovely turn. See you later. Ogunrinde inside of him, beaten to it. Good defending by Brown. And here comes Scotland. And unluckily for Hodge, he couldn't quite squeeze it through. And back on the ball with Smurden. Callum helps it back. It's a good ball. This touch was loose. Looks forced backwards. Pike forward, cut out. Forward comes Scotland. Challenge from Smurden, he's been busy in the opening stages. 15 minutes played, still goalless. England with far more zip in their play than we saw last week. Lovely ball that, Hull turns. Hull still going. Jackson thought about the shot. Didn't think about it for too long. Sent it way over the bar in the ends. Certainly better from England than what we saw last week. Coach Ben Lavelle felt his side didn't give their best account of themselves. Dominated really, especially in the second half, by a very good Republic of Ireland side. Sent forward by Anderson, who slipped, and it will be a Scottish ball. Ogunrinde, it's good from McCallum. Excellent from England. Ogunrinde's continued his run. He's quick and just got a nudge, and it was enough from Cameron Clark. Only a very slight player, Emmanuel Ogunrinde. Very quick, but Clark just stepped across the line, sealed him out. Oh, one in the air by Walker. Pike first the second ball. It's a loose one. Go from the England skipper. Lovely play from Rhys Rintoul. Terrific ball as well. Here comes Mackay, dancing through. Oh, now referee has a decision to make, penalty. Terrific play from Daniel Mackay in the first real time we've seen a Scotland attack. They have the opportunity to take the lead. Ethan Brooks didn't really deal with that from Daniel Mackay, and it was a really clumsy challenge. Challenge that really didn't need to be made. And having won it, Daniel Mackay has the chance to score Scotland's first goal at the Centenary Shield. It's saved! Callum Coulter comes up big time for England. Wasn't the best of penalties from Mackay. Struck it cleanly enough, but it looked pretty central. Sent in by Mackay at the back post! Oh, how about that for making amends? Scotland lead at Bootham Crescent. From zero to hero, Daniel Mackay. Terrific ball in from McKeown, and Mackay at the back stick just crept in behind Ethan Brooks. Terrific downward header, and this time Callum Coulter had absolutely no chance. And in the end, it is Daniel Mackay who scores Scotland's first goal of the Centenary Shield. Not at the first time of asking, but at the second. It is Scotland 1, England 0. That has come really against the run of play at the start of this game. Greg Johnston will be delighted to be in front. His side have had to do a fair bit of defending. England have had a lot of the ball. But it's Scotland who have the game's opening goal. Here's Callum Coulter, who has made some superb saves in this competition already. McCallum, Howe should get there. He does. Feeds it in towards Jackson. Lovely from Jackson, into the area he goes. Fires it in, Baidu on the end of it. Side netting. Goal kick is a decision. Well, here's the missed penalty from Mackay. Coulter guessed right. As you can see from this angle, it wasn't the greatest of penalties from Daniel Mackay. Well, he's had an interesting evening. He's got an interesting 24 hours, actually, Daniel Mackay. He's on the books at Inverness Caledonian Thistle. We'll actually have a cup final tomorrow. One of the club is here to pick him up and drive him straight up north over the border. He'll be involved in the matchday squad. One suspects this will be a weekend he might not forget for a little while. Ogunrinde, that's good. Callum was a touch loose in his first touch though. Recovers well, makes the interception. Now Jackson. Baidu. Turning is Doyle. England maintain possession. And Callum again just has his first touch, let him down. Kai again up for the header. Forward surges Rintle. There is the goal scorer, the man of the hour, Daniel Mackay. There's the goal again. Rose really well at the back post. Ethan Brooks caught underneath it. As I mentioned, going to be a very interesting weekend for him. He'll be in the matchday squad for the Scottish Challenge Cup final tomorrow. It kicks off in less than 24 hours' time against Dumbarton. Hope his legs are feeling fresh. Won well by Pike, and he's got space to move into here. Does like to step out of the back line when he can, Cormac Pike. Sent out of play. And by Harvey Howell, well, stifled. There's the England skipper, Cormac Pike. And a decent game defensively against Republic of Ireland. Might have even thought he should have scored in that game as well. Had a good headed chance in the first half. He's not forward for this throw-in. Crowther is though, he's making his way to the near post. It's in towards Crowther. One in the air by a Scottish head. And behind the goal, it's corner. See there the England defender Pike making his way up. Crowther remains in there. Shoving in there as well. Referee is not going to stand for any of that. Reece Rintoul and Pike getting acquainted. It's a good delivery in. Oh, terrific delivery in. Kieran Jackson sending in a beautiful corner. Baidu got the header just off target. Was being marked by probably the tallest player on the pitch in Jack McDowell. And missing away. McDowell wins the header. Baidu. It's quick. Sends in the cross. Went for the flick there, did Harvey Howell, didn't quite get it. McCallum coming in on the near side rather, couldn't quite get there either. It's another England corner. It's brilliant work from King Baidu. If Harvey Howell had supplied the touch in the end, would have been a champagne moment. Just didn't quite get the touch. Sent in again from Jackson, again just looking for that whipped ball in. He's tried that a few times, a couple of times it hasn't come off, but the last corner he sent in nearly resulted in an England goal. Throw in for England. Sent in long, one in the air by a Scottish head. Eventually they scramble it away. There's Nathan Brown who got the header in. Kai just seeing it out of play. Callum over to take the throw in. Another long delivery into the box. One in the air by McDowell. It's another England corner. We've had a fair few of these. Plenty of height. Supplied by the likes of Adam Crowther, Cormac Pike, Alex Doyle. He's in there as well. Another low corner. This time someone did attack the near post. Feels a handball waved away. Another corner for England. They're racking them up. Fifth one of the match now. Jackson again takes aim. Good delivery. Good header away. And the free kick in the end goes against McCallum at the back post. Foul on Sam Walker. There's Harvey Howells, who nearly got on the end of some more excellent work from King Baidu. Just feel this is a far more settled England side than the one we saw last week at Kenilworth Road. There was a lot of energy, but a lot missing in terms of ability on the ball. The adrenaline would have been flowing. First competitive game together. Altogether a more settled performance, but it's Scotland who lead, courtesy of that man. And Daniel Mackay wins another foul, this time outside the area. Free kick. Talks away. Gets it underway eventually. McDowell forward. Rintoul helps it out towards McKeown. Probably not the wisest choice. McCallum gathers it in and looks to get on with proceedings quickly. That's Smurden. Pike, lovely skill to step away from Scott. Unwise. Mackay has been a constant danger to Ethan Brooks. Not the wisest decision to try and take him on again. There goes Gavin Scott. And throw in. Scotland working their way up the pitch. Not seen them too many times this high up. There's Mackay. Goes down. Didn't seem to be a lot in that, but free kick is given. Ethan Brooks, I think, guilty of just leaning in. Coming up to the half-hour mark. England 0. Scotland 1. Free kick then in a lovely position for Rhys Rintoul. Callum Coulter made a terrific save on a similar free kick from Republic of Ireland last week. And Rintoul produced similar efforts. Not quite, good block. Crowd enjoyed that one. That's McDowell putting his size to good use, but one of his long limbs was raised too high, and it's an England free kick. Coulter sends long. Baidu making a nuisance of himself again. Let that one run out for a throw. McCallum long. Slightly risky header. Going safely though by Elliot Anderson. And that's another Scotland free kick. Hodge and Reece Rintoul stood over this. It will be Hodge to swing in the delivery. Two big centre-backs are up for Scotland. Swung in, good ball that. Rising at the far post was Nathan Brown. And the Scottish skipper sends it wide. Lovely ball in from Hodge. Wasn't far away. The reaction tells you that. And then again looking to play the ball out. Brooks helps it on. Baidu lost his footing. Craft was strong. Volleys it back to Coulter. It's calm. Composed. Pike. Again, calm and composed on the ball. Jackson. Baidu. Brooks forward. In the air by McDowell. I've seen an awful lot of Noah Smurden since terrific opening 15 from the England left back. Dowell away. Can't stick up top for Scotland though. Brooks in towards Ogunrinde. A break here for Howell. Into the area he goes. Just wondered as he made his way into the penalty area there. McDowell stuck out a leg. Just wondered if Howell was about to go over it. It is another England corner. Jackson will take this one as well. They're a bit hit and miss from Jackson, but when they've been good, they've been very good. Decent ball in. Scotland come away with Rintoul. Sent long, Scott on his way. He should get there ahead of Smurden. Brilliant from Gavin Scott. Good opportunity if he can square it. Smurden recovered really well. Terrific play from Gavin Scott. Really battled well. Noah Smurden, not for the first time in this Centenary Shield, makes a crucial defensive intervention. It's a Scottish corner. Hodge will take it. Keeper claims really well. Excellent again from Coulter. Mead looks to get England up the field. Baidu nowhere near that one though. Jackson back to Smurden. Pike looking to pick out McCallum. It's a lovely ball. McCallum swings it in first time. What a cross that is! And it stays out. Best bit of play we've seen from England in this match. Maybe even in the competition so far. From an England perspective. Terrific ball by Pike, even better cross from McCallum. And Hull was so close to getting on the end of it. Would have been a wonderful goal. Forward comes Scotland with Walsh. Hodge. Couldn't quite turn past his marker. That's a lovely first touch by King Baidu. Tees into Howell. Jinks inside Howell. Goes down. And Jack Patel lets the crowd know what he thought of those penalty shouts. Walsh forward. Good header by Pike. Yes. Keogh. Collision there, and the free kick will go Scotland's way. Painful one, I think, that for Gavin Scott. Cormac Pike is back on his feet, but Scott looks in a little bit of pain here. Slightly awkward landing, I think, there for Gavin Scott. Chance for Scotland to send the ball into the box again. They've looked good from set pieces. Dangerous. Hodge will put this into the danger area. It's another good ball. Not really defended. It sneaks all the way through. Goal kick is the decision by the referee. England is playing again. Scotland will be wondering how on earth no one going to touch on that. Jackson again dropping deep in everywhere in this first half. Got out by Walker. There's the delivery again from Hodge. Terrific ball in. Somehow, well, I think Brigham just got a slight touch on it. He did. Just sort of threw his body at it. Maybe a little more finesse, and he could have controlled that a touch better. Lovely ball in from Hodge. Callum's throw. Jackson makes a nuisance of himself. Put a lot of work in last week as an out-and-out striker, Kieran Jackson. I think his role given to him by Ben Lavelle this week is more of a number 10, but he's been absolutely everywhere. Sent into the area. Might break there, but Cormac Pike, terrific block. Jackson strikes it back. Scotland again defend it. I think that was goal-bound from Pike. Really important block by Cameron Clark. This is Baidu. Terrific challenge. Rintoul got the ball. Kevin Scott on the run. Don't think he'll keep that anyway. Cormac Pike, so close there. Just fell for him nicely. Struck a lovely shot. And Cameron Clark defending the far post. Got his body in the way. It's nice from Rintoul. He's fouled by Baidu. Down forward. Brought down. And Mackay. Stabs back into the area. Crowther cuts it out. And away goes Ogunrinde. Jackson on the run, just couldn't quite take it into his stride. Attack breaks down. Panther seals out Gavin Scott. And then once again can build out from the back with Cormac Pike. Baidu's tidy. Good football from England. Baidu thought about going for it. He might well do now. Drags it wide, he's unlucky. Nicely done again from England. King Baidu has perhaps looked the most likely to create something. See the Scottish bench there. Craig Johnson nearest to us with the glasses. PE teacher and Sterling. Just saw just in the back of that shot there. That's David Naligwa getting changed. Just wonder if we're going to see England sub before the half-time whistle blows. That's another Scotland free kick, and the substitution is indeed being prepped. The referee won't have that free kick taken just yet. And it's Harvey Howell who's going to be replaced. Harvey Howell just trudges off. Don't think he was operating at maximum percentage. David Naligwa enters the field. A quick, wide player. I do nearly cut that out from Nathan Brown. Thrown in. Smurden heads away. Callum slipped. Hodge, tidy. Rintoul. Walker. Rintoul's been busy. Scotland falls backwards. Didn't Walker bring that down brilliantly. Okay. Terrific tackle by Doyle. Just love sticking a challenge in. It's good from Baidu. Really good from Baidu. See you later. Forward goes Brooks. Mackay tracking back. Didn't quite wrap his foot around the cross and it sailed out of play. Actually, it will be a goal kick. A couple of minutes to go until we'll hear the referee's half-time whistle. Reminder, this game brought to you by the British Heart Foundation. All the wonderful work they do. Tonight's match sponsors here on Free Sports. Anderson forward. Walsh is tight. It's a good ball that as well. Mackay on the run. He's touched his earth probably for the first time in this match. Talent. Man on the wing. This is Ethan Brooks, who's got his hands full tonight, that's for sure. Jackson again popping up here, there and everywhere. And Brooks not quite on the same wavelength. And he does run his socks off. Kieran Jackson. Straight out for a goal kick. Gavin Scott couldn't quite keep that one in. "45 minutes on the watch. No stoppage time has been indicated by the fourth official. Lyndon Bishop. Hasn't been too many stoppages. So yeah, over on the far side, the fourth official is prepping some kind of number. 1 minute at a time. Already played 30 seconds of that. Sent in by McCallum. Jackson will keep that alive. First touch of the ball ready for Niligwa. Challenge from Rintoul. Last attack then for England. McCallum going to launch this one in. Keeper came and claimed just about. Advantage played by the referee, would have given a free kick otherwise. Anderson well to claim. In the air by Doyle. Well beyond the additional minute. England on the attack with Baidu. They make something here in added time, not quite. Smurden. And that will indeed see us through to the half-time whistle. We have seen a goal, but it's come the way of Scotland. England still await their first Centenary Shield goal scorer. Scotland have the lead. Young man just making his way off there, number 11, Daniel Mackay, at the heart of everything for Scotland in a forward sense. Penalty miss from Daniel Mackay, followed 30 seconds later by a bullet header from a good cross from Aidan McKeown. At half-time then, it's England 0, Scotland 1.
This programme is brought to you by the British Heart Foundation.
Just remember missing a chance to score a goal, and all of a sudden I felt very dizzy. Then I just fell down and collapsed. That's what I remember.
I was sitting in the stand watching the match with my brothers, and a player collapsed in the middle of the pitch. Physio and a paramedic were starting to do CPR, and at that point I thought I should try and help.
Today I learned that you need to learn CPR to help just in case there's an emergency. You need to know it so you can save other people's lives.
Before today, I didn't know anyone who could do CPR. The more you did it, the easier it became.
I found the training easy because video told you how to do it. I think I could teach my friends and family how to do CPR.
CPR is so important because it's something so easy to do, but you're making a massive difference.
It's really very straightforward. It can't do any harm, and it has a massive impact on the chances of survival.
I'm calling everyone to sign up to the British Heart Foundation Nation of Lifesaver campaign. Please visit bhf.org.uk/lifesaver. Thank you.
This programme is brought to you by the British Heart Foundation.
Welcome back to Booth and Crescent. England versus Scotland. As you can see, the half-time scoreline reads as the Scotland are a goal to the good in this Centenary Shield game presented by the British Heart Foundation. Terrific performance from England in the first half, but it is Scotland who have taken the upper hand. Let's take a look back at the first half highlights. As you can see there, the penalty awarded was the first major action of the match. Daniel Mackay brought down by Ethan Brooks. And now we see a terrific penalty save from Callum Coulter. Young keeper on the books of Crystal Palace. And that's why with saves like that. But literally 30 seconds later, Aidan McKeown swinging a lovely cross, and who was to pop up at the back post but Daniel Mackay. Lovely ball sent in. Mackay got the better of Brooks at the far post and planted the header past Callum Coulter. This was a lovely move. Cormac Pike putting the ball on a sixpence for the ball in from McCallum, and Harvey Howell, who was to be later substituted, inches away from getting a toe end on that one. And that's been the action, really. It remains Scotland 1, England 0. England, in truth, have played much better than they did last week at Kenilworth Road. Ben Lavelle will be pleased with the performance, but he knows his side will be looking for some cutting edge at the break. We've got a good crowd in with us at Booth and Crescent. I think most of them have looked to get themselves inside on a night that's becoming slowly chillier here in North Yorkshire. At half-time then, it's England 0, Scotland 1. We will have the second half after the break.
This programme is brought to you by the British Heart Foundation.
Welcome back to Booth and Crescent. Centenary Shield football for you on this Friday night from York. England taking on Scotland, presented by the British Heart Foundation. It is 1-0 to the Scots at the break. Second half coming up very, very shortly indeed. This is the state of play, though, in the Centenary Shield at the moment. This isn't as it stands, of course. Scotland would then be on 4 points. This is the state of play before tonight's game. Republic of Ireland made an excellent start. The only side to register a win. They got that over Wales in their first game of the competition. They drew 0-0 with England live on Free Sports last week. Scotland have also got a 0-0 draw to their name, and England have yet to register a goal in the competition. Northern Ireland and England are last year's winners. They tied for that in 2017, and there's been a real variety in the winners over previous years. You might expect that England would be particularly dominant in this scene, but it's really not been the case. They've certainly won their fair share. And take a look back through the years, and there's been a real variety of winners. Scotland, you can see their last won it in 2011. Craig Johnston's boys will be looking to repeat that feat here in 2018, and they'll regard that as being far too long ago. Wales, the only nation not to have won the Centenary Shield. Plenty on the way then on Free Sports in this competition. We're live, of course, here tonight. England versus Scotland. We'll then see Wales taking on England. That's next week, next Thursday, live from Cardiff. Join us for the kickoff at 7 o'clock from that one as Wales look to topple England. We'll then be live from Northern Ireland on 6th of April as they host England. And then it's the Republic of Ireland taking on Scotland on Thursday the 12th of April. It's 2 p.m. kickoff. Make sure you join us for that one. And it'll be interesting to see how it straightens up for the Republic of Ireland in particular. They currently sit atop the Centenary Shield table. There's no such thing as goal difference in this competition, or at least it doesn't really make much of a difference. If teams are tied on points, they are jointly awarded the title. That's what happened last year with England and Northern Ireland. There was quite a few big scorelines last year. There hasn't been this time around. Northern Ireland, for example, absolutely took England to the cleaners last year, beat them 5-1. England absolutely trounced Scotland as well. But that doesn't look like it's going to be the case this time around, and it's largely thanks to that man there, Daniel Mackay, who has been the real threat for Scotland in this one. As I mentioned in the first half, he's got a busy 24 hours. He's actually in the Inverness Cali Thistle squad for their Scottish Challenge Cup final tomorrow against Dumbarton. England are going to make a change. See there at the top of your picture, substitute being prepared by England. That is Fraser Colling being prepared to come on. He's going to replace Ethan Brooks, who's had a difficult night up against a very, very talented Daniel Mackay. Fraser Colling will look to stem the tide from that number 11 right there. Referee Seb Stockbridge just takes account of all the players, making sure he's got everyone, and play gets back underway. It's Scotland looking to defend the lead they got in the first half. King Baidu immediately pressing the Scottish goalkeeper Elliot Anderson, but he clears his lines well. Alex Doyle flew into the tackle, unfairly, says the referee. Scottish free kick. Referee not happy with the free kick taken. Let's have another look at the tackle from Alex Doyle, just a bit clumsy. Scottish skipper Nathan Brown will send this one forward. Cameron Clark couldn't get on the end of it. Here is the substitute, first touch of the ball for Fraser Colling. Cut out there by Clark. Tried to poke it through. Good run made by the striker Gavin Scott. Mackay looking to make himself a nuisance again, but well sealed out by Colling. First test navigated by the England fullback. Forward comes Pike. Smurden inside to Doyle. Pass cut out though. Clark can look to get Scott on the run. Mackay. Lovely overlap from Clark. Daniel Mackay ignores him, just overruns it a touch. England get it away. Logan Rinde. Baidu drops it off to Jackson. Good feet from Jackson, couldn't quite escape the challenge of Rintoul. Jackson. Colling. Towards Naligwa, and Scotland get that away. Boom forward. Kevin Scott doesn't rest up front, and Coulter was calm in the face of that pressure. Pike once again strides forward. Smurden in space. Cut out. So first touch the ball by a Scottish substitution there. It's Aidan Kemp who's made his way onto the field as Gavin Scott switches over to this near side. Mackay, and that's a foul by Colling. Mackay getting the better of the England substitute there. Lovely feet from Mackay. Rintoul will take the free kick. Sent in. Sam Walker challenged by Smurden. He thinks he got the ball, referee says otherwise. Other way, it was a good one by McCallum. Smurden's touch just deserted him. clumsy. And you see the substitute, Aidan Kemp, he's come on for Jack Hodge. Rinsaw on the free kick. Sent in, free header! Big chance, and it is the substitute. Aidan Kemp ghosted in there. What an opportunity. Should be 2-0. Oh, and a bit of afters here. Alex Doyle is very competitive in that midfield, and Rhys Rinsaw will never give an inch. It's an England free kick after all that. It is England versus Scotland. Never forget. Hike forward. Jackson, lovely touch. Baidu needs an option. Or does he? Brilliant play from Baidu, good block by McDowell. England's first corner in the second half. They had 6 in the first. Just shows their domination in terms of territory. There's the opportunity for Scotland. And this went in the air from Aidan Kemp. I think even he thought he must have scored. England corner. Jackson swings it in, doesn't beat the near post. McKeown away. Rinsaw cuts out the throw. Mackay. Oof. Dumped by Colling. Free kick given. Colling thought he got the ball. Mackay is already causing plenty of issues in the second half. Clark Long. Walsh underneath it. Mackay looking to get there ahead of Colling. He goes down. Free kick goes against Mackay. And a yellow card for the Scottish winger. Let's have another look. Yeah, it didn't look to be a lot of contact there. He hasn't usually needed an excuse to go down, Daniel Mackay. He's had plenty of whacks in this one. But no complaints over the yellow card issued. Simulation. Crowther forward. Baidu. Smurden. Scotland have been really diligent in their work. They might have to be even more so in this second half. Naligwa sends in the cross, good ball. Ogunrinde. Well, that would have been some way to break England's duck in this Centenary Shield this year. Would have been a stunning goal. Didn't quite get over it. Ogunrinde was a prominent figure in England's attack last week. Just got caught lacking in his first touch a couple of times, especially in the first half. Few chances where Republic of Ireland were pretty open at the back, and if his touch had been a little better, maybe the chance would have manifested itself. I mentioned in the first half, England were really aggressive, but lacked a little bit of end product in the first game. It's been a far more composed side tonight. So Sam McCallum is down here. Looks in a fair bit of pain. He's not moved that right leg at all since he did go down. Fairly heavy whack on it. Yellow card is the decision by the referee. See, the crowd at Bootham Crescent is pretty big tonight. It's been well supported, this competition. Last week in Luton and last week in York. Pike forward, what a good ball that is. Baidu might still get there. The chance had gone. He had one attempt at bringing it down. Once he'd have missed that, it was tough. Lovely play though. Great run. Good win in the air by Crowther. McCallum is back on the pitch and back on the ball. Gavin Scott back defending. Mackay wins his team a throw. A quick apology for any colourful language you'd have picked up down the microphones from some of the players. Tensions running high. It is England versus Scotland after all. Here comes Rhys Rintoul. That's a good ball. Opens the play up nicely. Sam Walker just evaded the touch of Kemp. Whose touch was loose, but it might have favoured him in the end, and McKeown did well just to edge him out there. Cut out by Pike. Doyle squeezes it through to Naligwa. Calling forward, Ogunrinde. It's a foul. Did look a foul on Emmanuel Ogunrinde. I think Walsh just went through the English attacker. Pike will take this free kick. Angled in, looking towards his centre-back partner Crowther. Got a good header on it, but very comfortable for Elliot Anderson in the Scottish goal. Nicely done by Doyle. Illegal can't control it. It's tidy from Rintoul. Very tidy from Rintoul. Lovely play. Scott on the run. Crawford does brilliantly. Ogunrinde. It's foul by Gavin Scott. Doyle angles one out. It's a good ball. Baidu. Oh, first touch gets in by his defender. And he could be in here. Baidu goes down. And the referee's going to get the yellow card out again. This time Baidu goes in the book. Brilliant work to get him to that stage. And yeah, there's no contact there. Nathan Brown didn't even really offer too much of a leg. It was brilliant work from Baidu to take him that far. Correct decision from the referee. Well, England versus Scotland, and 2 bookings for simulation. It's not like the old days. Smurden. This is Pike. Ogunrinde. They've got to get something on it. McCallum sticking his head in where it hurts. Don't think in Sam Walker's defence he saw the foot of, or the head rather, of McCallum. A couple of players down in the area here, both holding their heads. I wonder if it's crash their heads just off the ball. There's the 2 players here. This is the original headed challenge. Ogunrinde thought about getting up, but hurt a little bit more than I think he thought it would. Brown and Ogunrinde remain receiving some treatment after that one. Ogunrinde looks okay, so too does the Scottish skipper. After all that, it's a free kick to England. And this is a good position. Noah Smurden stood over the ball, left footer. Crowther is up there. Pike's in there. So too Jackson. Smurden's sake. Setting off the training ground, didn't quite come off. It's a throw into England. Cameron Clark gets in the way. And that one from Colling. Jackson. Kemp in the way. McDowell away. Scott beaten to it. Pike angles one forward again. This time not as successfully as his previous efforts. Goal kick. Scotland remain in front. Neil Mackay's goal early in the first half. Rintoul forward, no free kick. McCallum has space to turn. Forward goes Smurden. Loose one. It's going to be a change for the Scots coming up. Looks like it's Sam Walker coming off. Ben Harwood, who is the man to replace him. Ben Harwood's going to take his place straight up top. Gavin Scott moves over to the right. A very tall figure. There's Ben Harwood. Big fella. and Rinde nearly sends one out the stadium. There's the first header won by Ben Harwood. One of many, I would imagine. Baidu. Here he goes again, and that time that is a foul. No question the contact that time. Pike angles it in. Keeper dropped it, but it got taken out in the process. Scotland free kick. This is going to get a little bit of treatment from Scottish physio. Reminder of what we've got coming up for you on Free Sports in this competition. We're live tonight, of course, at Bootham Crescent for England versus Scotland. We're live next week as well to catch England versus Wales. That is in Wales at Cardiff. We are live from 6:45 here on Free Sports next Thursday. Next game live on your screens is England again. They make the trip over the Irish Sea to visit Northern Ireland. We gave them a bit of a lesson last year. That's the clash of the two holders of the Centenary Shield. We round off our coverage by trip over to the Republic of Ireland as Scotland round out their campaign with what will be a stern test, judging from what we've seen already from the Republic of Ireland. Anderson just getting back to his feet, which is good to see. We are eventually back underway. Rintoul. Followed by Clark. Harwood underneath it, but Crawford beats him to that. Oh, it's got a bit of pace about him. Cormac Pike is very smooth on the ball, isn't he? Here he is again. Ligger's made a great run forward, but they couldn't pick him out. Doyle forward by Duke. Looking to make something of that. Mackay on the run again. Smurden. And Ligger's flick. Straight through to Anderson. And for all of England's good work in this game, they have been better than they were last week against the Republic of Ireland. They haven't created too much by way of clear-cut opportunities. I feel that has to change. If they're to keep their Centenary Shield campaign on track. This is Pike. Baidu battling for it. There's a short in the front line. One in the air by Walsh this time. Now Mackay. Colin gets the better of him. Leaves him on the deck. Colin took on Clark, but Clark defended him well. As you were with Colin's throw. There'll be another English corner. Pike and Crowther slowly making their way into the box. King Baidu is going to take this corner. Short to Jackson, but it just bobbled up in front of his touch. Straight out for a throw in. It's a waste in the end. He's a little unlucky though, Kieran Jackson. Seen less of him in the second half. He was impressive in the first. Saw lots of the ball. And much less of an influence in this second period. Colin will win the header. Be another English change. It's going to be Jack Butler who is going to make his way on. To replace Emmanuel Organ-Rinde. Had a good game last week, Butler. We'll be hoping to make a difference this time around. Callum into the area. And a corner is the final outcome. There's appeals of a handball in there from the England players. Oh, he might have had a shout, you know. Came off the arm of Gavin Scott. Not sure how much he knew about it. Jackson's corner low in. Baidu gets there. Goes back to the corner taker. He's onside. Jackson. Oh, good play. Really good play. Free kick against Aidan McKeown. Scotland having defended en masse here. Every Scottish player back inside their own penalty area. Rintoul just defending the edge. Be Jackson to take the free kick. Good position this. Got to be careful not to overhit it. Very easy to do from this area. It's Jackson. Good header from McDowell. Jackson smuggled his way through. Brilliant. This is Butler. Good play from Butler. Good cross from Butler. Oh, good header from McKeown. Crucial defensive header that. Players were lurking behind him. Callum again with the throw. Again it goes in long. Pike beaten to it. Kai should be able to run this out. Elects to go back to Clark, who puts it out of the stadium. Just seen that drop behind my commentary position. New balls, please. It's another substitution on the way. This will be for Scotland. Gavin Scott making his way off to be replaced by Nathan Fell. So, 3 Scottish changes now. Callum's throw once again. Scotland have defended these really well so far in this game. That doesn't change that. Jackson had to get there. There's a touch for the substitute felt. Baidu. Decent chance for Doyle. Couldn't quite turn past his man. Butler keeps it alive. Naligwa finds Jackson. Smurden, McCallum. Back to Smurden. And the free kick's been given England's way. Scotland don't like that decision, but this was the run from Baidu, and just thought Doyle was going to sneak through, but good defending from Jack McDowell. Important challenge. Jackson's free kick. Good delivery in. Crawford at the back post. McDowell gets there. Camp away. Now McCallum. That's a good ball. Naligwa. Still got it. Smurden by the referee. Jackson again. On the corner to Smurden, who fires it in. Not really clear. Will break it to Fraser Colling. And then through there nearly was Baidu. He went down and looked at the referee in hope, I think, rather than expectation. Did break really kindly there for Fraser Colling. I just wondered if he realised how much time he had. Harwood beaten in the air by Crawford. Offside flag was raised. Either way, England are really starting to turn the pressure on Scotland now. 14 minutes left, plus added time. Smurden tackled. Oh, and Pike crunched in there on Nathan Fell. Red card. The England skipper is dismissed. Cormac Pike shown a straight red card by Seb Stockbridge. Fell did the dirty work, winning it off Smurden. It was a 50-50 ball. He certainly flew in. I think the real ferocity of that challenge might be what swayed the referee's mind. And England, having piled the pressure on for the last 10 minutes or so, now have to play the final 10 minutes and then some with 10 men. Scotland now provided a huge boost. Here comes Crowther. Jackson, that's a foul. And now Rhys Rintle will go into the referee's book, I'd imagine, here. Here's the red card. Rintle will get a booking as we look at this. It's a tough one, isn't it? It's certainly a very aggressive challenge. I don't think there's any malice in it. He really did pile into Nathan Fell. Just taking a look at Kieran Jackson stretching off after that foul. And we do have a free kick in a pretty handy position here. Smurden to take the free kick, it's short. Naligwa strikes it, deflected, keeper has to hold it and does. Don't think Anderson is particularly comfortable. Here's maybe the best angle we've got. Referee's decision. Smurden couldn't quite keep it in. And one thing I will say is the way that Cormac Pike went in, he was potentially asking for trouble with the ferocity of that challenge. It's going to be another Scottish change, another substitute on the way. And this is going to be Daniel Mackay, the goal scorer for Scotland. It feels like an awful long time ago now. Gavin Watt replaces him. Whenever he's had the ball, Daniel Mackay's looked like making something happen to Scotland. He's given a big hugs down the dugout. He won't be around at Bootham Crescent much longer. Someone from Inverness Cali Thistle's got to drive him back up to Scotland. He's in the matchday squad for Inverness Cali Thistle versus Dumbarton tomorrow in the Challenge Cup final. He'd love to go there as a winner of this match. Ten minutes to go. Jackson. Baidu couldn't quite get it into his stride. Until had to be careful with that one, but won it well. Elliot Anderson just eating into every second of the clock. Kemp underneath, that's a useful ball around the corner. Harwood is strong, gets there first, didn't quite run for him. Rintoul takes over. Harwood runs the channel. Good feet from Harwood. Done really well. Couldn't quite break all the way through. Colling was clever. Naligwa. Challenged by Rintoul once again. He's had an excellent game in the centre of the Scottish midfield. Break here to Jackson, whose influence has grown as this second half has gone on. Baidu couldn't quite take it in his stride. Keown forward. Now Jackson. It's a foul by Declan Walsh. Noah Smurden, who's taken on the captain's armband in Pike's absence. Floated forward, good ball. Header is looping over and over the bar. Jack Butler, who is not far away from getting there for England. What a good pick out this is from Noah Smurden. Lovely ball. Butler had the right idea. Just got too much on it. Wasn't the best kick from Anderson. Jackson first to it, then got crowded out by Walsh and Rintoul. Harwood on the run. Coulter's got to come and get it. Clearance isn't the best. First time we've seen Coulter really look flappy. This is Kemp. As well to pick out Clark. Jackson once again doing good work in the English midfield. Colling forward. Skews it out of play. Rintoul looks to switch the play, and it might break there for Scotland. It does break there for Scotland. Here comes Fell. Option on this near side. It's Harwood. Can he get the shot away? He can! Oh! Fell keeps it alive. Scottish corner. Inches away from 2-0 in the match. Oh, they just stood there and watched. The whole stadium stock still, including the English goalkeeper, Callum Coulter, rooted to the spot. And if Scotland end up not winning this, that might be how close they came. Rintoul will take the corner. Flights it in. Underneath that was Kemp. Smurden should be able to run this one out. Good vision by Jackson, finds Butler. Blocked by Clark. Colling now with a burst of pace. Looks to pick out Baidu, really important intervention. Oof. Another tackle flies in. No foul, play continues. It's full-blooded. Nathan Felt in the challenge. It's going to be another change. Kieran Jackson's going to depart for England. He's had a really good game. Very, very good game. On comes Ryan Penny, who started last week's game against the Republic of Ireland. Had a pretty good game as well. Bruce Rintoul down at the moment. He's had a terrific game in the heart of that Scottish midfield. Done an awful lot of work, but he's been their main attacking force as well, driving up from deep to join the front three. It was his moment of magic, which created the penalty for Daniel Mackay in the first half as well. And looking a fair bit of discomfort at the moment. Might give him some consolation to hear after the game. He has been awarded the man of the match. Scottish number 8 has been tenacious, but no shortage of quality in his play either. And there's confirmation. Rhys Rintoul, British Heart Foundation's man of the match. He's still got anything left in the tank. The Scottish ball. Launched forward by Watt. Doyle forward. Baidu underneath it. Now McKeown. Just sent high. There's a Collins there. He's there to the second ball as well. Maligua up well. Butler with the flick. Penny with the chance to come forward. Tenacious play from Penny, but Walsh was there the quicker. Doyle clever. Floated ball, and Baidu's in behind. That time he goes down. Goal kick. Wow. Baidu definitely got there first. And there is a coming together there with Aidan McKeown. The referee's already booked King Baidu for diving already in this game. Certainly he could be booked for simulation on that instance. Whether there was enough to give a foul, the referee has elected no. England perhaps can consider themselves a touch hard done by. Howard making a nuisance of himself. Scottish ball. Good work from Ben Harwood. Winding ourselves down now. We're going to have a fair chunk of injury time. Scotland making no bones about this. Rhys Rinsall is going to keep it in the corner. Alex Doyle sneaks in, Rinsall tackles him. Referee gives a free kick England's way. Colt's going to launch this forward. Is he? No. Short ball to McCallum. 10-man England are into stoppage time. McDowell with the header. Walsh can control it. Rinsall has a bit of space. It's a good bit of vision as well. This is Felt. Just dives in field. That's good vision also. It's Watt, the other substitute. Good challenge by Colling. Not once but twice. And that's a Scottish free kick. Jack Butler tracking back to try and help out. We've got 6 added minutes. Might not be done just yet. Did mention we might get a big chunk of it. Cameron Clark is taking a big old run up at this. Does he fancy it? He does. Coulter holds well. And England immediately on the counter with Naligwa. Given away. At the time they wanted that to happen. Harwood. Good challenge by Crowther. Smurden somehow gets a toe on that. Fell keeps it alive. Gets the shot in! Oh, what a goal that is! Well, that will seal it. It is Scotland who'll come away with the victory. Nathan Fell with a screamer. Callum Coulter did not twitch a nerve in the England goal. Absolute beauty. Could keep watching that goal over and over again if you're of a Scottish persuasion. For England though, they're now staring down the barrel of a Centenary Shield defeat. Colling sends it long, Butler chases, but in vain. Nathan Fell, the substitute, with a goal of the highest quality. England are preparing 2 more substitutes. Ben Lavelle prepared to throw the kitchen sink at this one. Butler trying to engineer something. Scrambled away. Penny can't squeeze through. Watt away. Smurden first to the loose ball. Naligwa. Good challenge from Rhys Rinsall. Back on by Naligwa. Dowell away. Rinsall feels he was fouled. Assistant referee doesn't agree. England throw. Smurden. Booming switch of play. McKeown underneath it. Butler will get to the second ball. McDowell. A tripod-like figure in the Scottish defence. He's done pretty much everything in the air today. We are going to see a couple more England changes. This is Kyle O'Connor-Ajayi about to make his way on. Crowther coming off to be replaced. On comes Ajayi. McCallum into the area. There is the substitute Ajayi looking to get on the end of it. And it's a take two from McCallum. See there, the crowd sticking with England all the way to the bitter end. And it may well yet be a bitter end. Good chance of it being so. Baidu keeps it alive. Really battling hard. He's going to get a free kick this time, as he know. Free kick given against him for handball. And it's safe to say it's not been King Baidu's second half. Got about a minute left of this one, and I reckon Scotland will join the Republic of Ireland at the top of the Centenary Shield table. Two terrific goals, Daniel Mackay and that late screamer from Nathan Felt. England have huffed and they've puffed. Ultimately didn't create too many good chances to get the ball in the back of the net. Clark tidy. It's good from Harwood. And the referee calls full time. Look what it means to these Scottish players. Big celebration. They are absolutely ecstatic. Captain Nathan Brown at the heart of all the post-match jubilation. That's what it means to get a victory over the old enemy. A fixture as old as football itself. And this time it is Scotland who get the win over England. The final score in this match, presented by the British Heart Foundation: England 0, Scotland 2. And let's take a look at the league table in the Centenary Shield. Scotland join the Republic of Ireland at the top of the table. As it stands, those two will be sharing the Centenary Shield. England remain close to the bottom. Here is how the game was won. Daniel Mackay, who'll compete in the Challenge Cup final for Inverness Caledonian Thistle tomorrow against Dumbarton, was at the heart of the early going. First winning the penalty, then having it saved by Callum Coulter, who really didn't put a foot wrong all game. Then from the resulting throw-in, the cross got sent in from McKeown, and who else was there to rise at the back post but the man who just missed the penalty. Instant redemption for Daniel Mackay, who buried his chance at the second attempt. England really worked hard in the first half, and indeed the second, to try and engineer something, but eventually that effort maybe just boiled over with this challenge from skipper Cormac Pike. He was shown the red card for that tackle on Nathan Fell. Jack Butler probably had England's best opportunity, heading just over the bar. It was the first time the Scottish centre-back pairing were exposed, and then as we came towards the end, it was Scotland who had the better opportunities on the break. Harwood inches away from supplying the second goal. England then maybe had a shout for a penalty. Referee Seb Stockbridge deciding not to give it, and then in the second minute of injury time, Nathan Fell put the seal on what's a wonderful night for Scotland with an absolutely terrific goal. Brilliant night of action here at Bootham Crescent. We'll be back next Thursday at Cardiff as England look to bounce back from this defeat. We'll see you then at 6:45 next Thursday. But from everyone here at Bootham Crescent, very good night.
This programme is brought to you by the British Heart Foundation.
Lesson was PE. Got changed like any other day. Went into the gym, started playing the activity. I was running up and without them, things like I say could have turned out differently.
Just remember missing a chance to score a goal, and all of a sudden I felt very, very, very dizzy. Then I just fell down and collapsed. That's what I remember.
I was sitting in the stand watching the match with my brothers, and a player collapsed in the middle of the pitch. Physio and a paramedic were starting to do CPR, and at that point I thought I should try and help.
Today I learned that you need to learn CPR to help just in case there's an emergency. You need to know it so you can save other people's lives.
Before today, I didn't know anyone who could do CPR. The more you did it, the easier it became.
I found the training easy because video told you how to do it. I think I could teach my friends and family how to do CPR.
CPR is so important because it's something so easy to do, but you're making a massive difference.
It's really very straightforward. Can't do any harm, and it has a massive impact on the chances of survival.
I'm calling everyone to sign up to the British Heart Foundation Nation of Lifesaver campaign. Please visit bhf.org.uk/lifesaver. Thank you.